Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This session focuses on the objectives, syllabus, and learning and teaching activities in the natural approach. I hope and expect by the end of this session, you would have some understanding of what kind of objectives natural approach has and what is the nature of the syllabus as well as of activities in natural approach. At the outset of the session, I would talk about the objectives of natural approach. Well, the natural approach is for beginners and is designed to help them become intermediates. So, it is not for the mastery of language. Natural approach aims at, or it has the objective of enabling the beginners to learn language, to learn L2 to an extent that they become the learners or the users of intermediate level. It has the expectation that students will be able to function adequately in the target situation. And they will understand the speaker of the target language, perhaps with requests for clarification. Now, this is very interesting that the natural approach expects the learners to be taught through the natural approach, to be able to express themselves in the target language, and also to understand the speakers, the native speakers of the target language. Though it does not expect them to fully understand them, probably they would have to ask for some kind of clarifications at some points, and they will be able to convey in a non-insulting manner their requests and ideas. So it does not claim about the mastery of L2, it just claims about the intermediary kind of level of accuracy when it comes to L2. They need not know every word in a particular semantic domain, nor is it necessary, according to the natural approach, that the syntax and vocabulary be flawless. But their production does need to be understood. So the focus is that they are able to communicate. If there are some semantic or syntactic or grammatical errors, it is considered to be okay. They should be able to make the meaning clear, but not necessarily be accurate in all the details of grammar. So grammatical accuracy is not the objective. The objective is to get the message through. So, for example, after 100 or 150 hours of natural approach Spanish, the students of Spanish as L2 would be able to get around in Spanish. They would be able to communicate with people in Spanish. As far as the nature of the syllabus is concerned, well, Krishnan and Terrell 1983 approach course organization from two perspectives or from 2 points of view. Firstly, they list some typical goals for language courses, and they suggest that these goals are the ones at which the natural approach aims. They list such goals under 4 important areas. The first one is basic personal communication skills, which means the oral skills and listening to announcements in public places as well. The second level is of basic personal communication skills, that is the written, and the written skills would include both reading and writing personal letters. The third stage is the third area is of academic learning skills, and again this is an oral level where listening to a lecture is the target. The fourth area that they have pointed out is of academic learning of skills, and again this is based on writing. So the written tasks of taking class notes, for example, is the target. The second point of view that both of them present is that the purpose of a language course will vary according to the needs of the students and on the basis of the interests that they have. From this point of view, it is difficult to specify any communicative goals or to give a kind of list of the areas that should be aimed at. Thus, any list of topics or situations must be understood as syllabus suggestions that fulfills the needs of those students rather than any specifications. With this, we come to the type of learning and teaching activities that are used in the natural approach. Well, in the natural approach, the emphasis is on presenting comprehensible input in the target language. As far as the teacher talk is concerned, it focuses on objects in the classroom and on the content of the pictures like direct method. As the natural approach believes in providing a comfortable environment in the classroom, so to minimize the stress in the classroom, learners are not required to say anything until they feel ready, until the student emotionally or psychologically feels that he or she can speak that language. The teacher provides comprehensible language and simple response opportunities, and when the student feels comfortable, responds to those opportunities. The teacher talks slowly and distinctly, asking questions and eliciting one-word answers to facilitate the beginner learners. So there is a gradual progression, and from the yes and no questions, they are gradually taken to the higher level questions, to either or questions, and then to the questions that students can answer using words or using phrases, or then gradually using complete sentences. Charts, pictures, advertisements, and other real-life objects are used to serve as the focal point for questions, and they facilitate the learners understand the questions, and when the student's competence permits, the talk moves to the class members. So it starts with objects and then comes to the class members. There are different techniques that are recommended by Krishna and Terrell that are borrowed from other methods, and as the input in the theoretical underpinning of the natural method comes from different other methods and different other approaches, so the techniques are also taken from different methods. So some of those are, as I'm going to share, command-based activities from total physical response, direct method activities like mime, gesture, and context to elicit questions and answers, situation-based practices of structures and patterns. Group work activities are often identical to those that are used in classroom language teaching. So overall, I would say that the activities that are used in natural approach, basically they are borrowed from various methods of teaching language.